Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Hangout with Innovation Enterprise. Today, we are joined by Britt Hyson, who is Editor-in-Chief at Millennial magazine. Britt is going to be joining us at the Digital Marketing Innovation Summit next month, happening in New York, March 21st and 22nd. If you want to find out more info on the event and on Britt's session, then please do follow the link in the description below this video. So Britt, it'd be great if you could start things off by introducing yourself and telling us a bit more about Millennial magazine.
Sure. So thanks, Rose, for having me. Yes, my name is Britt Hyson. I am the editor-in-chief of Millennial magazine. Millennial is all about profiling the global adult millennial. And this reflects itself really in the change makers around the world. So we focus on CEOs disrupting industries, celebrities involved in causes, activists that are bringing awareness to particular issues, and sometimes just everyday people that are making a living doing what they love. We have since become a go-to source for hyper-targeted marketing campaigns, and we're using big data to facilitate a lot of those campaigns. So that is the reason for being a part of the Digital Marketing Innovation Summit.
Fantastic. So if we're just going to get right into it then, what would you say are the most fundamental factors marketers must acknowledge when targeting millennials?
So millennials are becoming very sophisticated to how marketing should play to them. And the number one factor is making it relevant. I mean, millennials are not all the same. So because we understand behavioral tracking and we understand that I only want to see something that's relevant to me, you should only be serving ads that are relevant to the millennials. So instead of blanketing your campaign, really get targeted on those intricate personalities of your ideal consumer and target only those who fit the mold.
Yeah, definitely. Super important. So between me and you, we've been discussing the phrase big data 2.0. Can you give us a little bit more insight on what this means to you and what impact this will have on future advertising campaigns?
So big data 2.0, it refers to this next level of understanding of how data is collected. Big Data 1.0 got us to this level of collecting and tracking user information for geographic and demographic and purchasing behavioral traits. But now analytics are becoming sophisticated enough that they're actually recognizing emotional tendencies. And that's when we step into Big Data 2.0 and begin to analyze user information from a human perspective. So advertisers can then position their ads to directly target a user's emotions and purposely create a trigger to make them buy. So it's a little frightening, but it's really powerful.
Yeah, definitely. And I know that's what your session is going to be focusing on next month. So it's really exciting. Delighted to hear more about it. So moving on, kind of personalization is still such a huge challenge for many marketing teams. What advice would you give for brands on how to maintain loyalty and improve customer engagement?
So the first thing is that you want to give your consumers a reason to engage. You know, what are you doing to show that you love having their business? Are your emails fun to open? Are you doing like giveaways? Are you offering unique content? Are you hosting events? I mean, all of these can be great ways to maintain a lasting relationship with your consumer, create some social buzz, and it makes them feel like you care about them.
Yeah, definitely. So moving back to big data, like a lot of companies are just kind of starting out, really getting to grips with the amount of data that their customers are producing. So
Yeah.
what advice would you give to marketing teams that are looking to kind of utilize their big data for an analytics-driven marketing strategy?
Okay, well, the first rule of thumb with big data and applying it to marketing is that data is only as powerful as the analytics that are decoding it. And in order to fully utilize data for marketing, these analytics need to identify the specific consumer traits that match the type of person that you're trying to reach. So most brands, they're not currently set up to collect this kind of information, but I think, you know, the industry is changing, and 2017 is going to be that year when companies of all sizes, doesn't matter if you're small or if you're big, you're going to realize how much value is actually hitting your site every day. And then if you're smart enough, or at least like keen on it, you'll begin to implement a smarter means of collecting that data. And then you can turn that into information to use in your campaigns.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the potential is huge. It's just kind of wading through it, and how do you start when you've got all this information flying at you?
Exactly. But it really
Yeah.
depends on the analytics. You've got to be able to go decode that information, because without it, without understanding what's actually coming to you, how do you form an ad that's going to target the right person?
Yeah, 100%. So with that, kind of a lot of companies are reassessing their social media presence. How do you see this social media marketing developing through the next couple of years?
Well, I think social media is already becoming really targeted, and I think we're just going to see more of that. This trend is only going to continue. I want relevant posts, and if I see something that's not relevant, it's going to stick out, and it's going to be the sore thumb. So I think that we're only going to see more relevant posts and advertisements hitting the feed.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree more. I mean, as a personal user, I've seen targeting kind of take me by surprise on numerous occasions.
At
Um,
first, but it's conditioning us now.
exactly, yeah. So you expect the best.
Right.
Um, can you think of a campaign or similar that you've seen kind of over the last year that you consider really effective? And if so, why?
Okay, so this is going to sound a little cliche, but I say it for one reason and one reason only. I think the Trump campaign was so effective, not only, because now he's president, but they used big data in a way that the competition did not. So the power of big data, it is said, won Trump the election in the last 3 months of the campaign. He hammered on knowing the specific personas of his loyal fans, and then he constantly targeted them with emotional triggers. It was even said that his right hand, Jared Kushner, who was the millennial brains behind this whole data operation, he ran something like 3,000 ads at any given time on social media, and these ads were all targeted to various persona groups. And by knowing so much about the people that were supporting Trump, he could even sense a shift in sentiment. That's how sophisticated the campaign was. So I think that it was really effective in getting the message out to the right people to just like ramp up that loyalty within the party. And also, too, I mean, it was incredible that he was able to find out, like, at any given time, okay, we're going to fly over to this city because there's a hotbed of support. So now is the time. Let's get on the plane. Let's go there. Like, they were doing that in the final 12 hours of the election. It was insane. But big data was actually at the root of Trump's campaign. So I think it was really effective.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. And I mean, whatever the kind of opinion on the outcome, it was ridiculously effective. So yeah, definitely kind of a lot to sit up and listen to.
Yeah.
So through 2017, we kind of discussed a little bit more about the emerging trend of analytics. But what kind of do you see as the most crucial development factor for digital marketers through the next year?
I can't hammer it enough. It's big data. But big data, I mean, even if you have data, what good is it if it's not paired with the right analytics or the right ad copy? It's really about becoming sensitive enough to identifying specific attributes, specific triggers, and tying that all into your campaign. The three worlds between big data, advertisement, and the sale, there's this overarching bridge, which is actually emotional intelligence, which I'm going to get into in my keynote. But that is going to be the biggest trend, is about the linkage points between all three of them becoming smart enough to know, okay, not one campaign is going to fit the mold of everybody. Let's get really specific. Let's do upwards of 10 different ads. Let's try all these things out. And so what I think you're going to see from there too, it's that it's omni-channel. So you're going to see targeted ads relevant to you on all these different platforms. And also, I think email marketing is going to come back with a really strong pulse this year. I mean, email marketing is still kind of at the forefront, and it's one of the best conversion rate models, actually. It's one of the best channels. But I think you're going to see another level of sophistication with email marketing, that it's only going to become that much more relevant because it's incorporating big data information.
Yeah, I definitely think email marketing is a bit of a dark horse this year. It's kind of gone out of fashion, but people are still using it. And I'm still getting hundreds of emails a day.
I mean, what do you do when you wake up in the morning? You look at your email. What do you
Exactly.
do throughout the day? You look at your email and then you go to Instagram or your Facebook or all these other social media places. Like the first and foremost, integral social component of your life is your email. That's your
Yeah,
communication channel.
exactly. Well, fantastic. It'd be great as well, Britt, if you could just share a little bit on what you're most looking forward to at the Digital Marketing Summit next month.
So I'm really looking forward to learning about other trends that people are discovering or feel are going to be taking place this year. I'm really excited to deliver my keynote on understanding emotional intelligence. My team has actually been working on a new technology that we're going to be revealing, or that I'm going to be revealing during the keynote. So I'm really excited. I can't wait to wow the crowd with what's possible in the world of targeting these days. And just meet some really awesome people and hopefully walk away with a deal or two.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're really excited to be hosting you. And I know for one, I'll definitely be in the room when you're giving your keynote. So thanks so much, Britt. And yeah, we'll see you next month.
Sounds good. See you.
Bye.